This might be the greatest experiment ever, and you get to be a part of it. NASA wants more people for this, and you have the chance to take part. It's just down the road in Houston. They're trying to find out what life will be like for long space travel, where astronauts might have to be in bed for months at a time. These guys are paying $5,000 a month, too. We're joined by what they call a Pillownaut, Heather Archuleta. Good morning, Heather.
Oh, good morning. How are you?
We're having a very warm day here in Dallas-Fort Worth. I've got to find out, first of all, this thing sounds too good to be true. What's the catch?
What's the catch? I never found a catch. I had a great time. I did the long-term study, and I enjoyed it so much that I actually did a lunar study the following year, and then I did another space flight simulation the year after. So I've done three. I thought they were great.
So you actually get to stay reclined and in bed for weeks and weeks at a time. I can't imagine that that's very comfortable after, say, the first, 3, 4 weeks.
Actually, no, the first 3-4 days are your kind of adaptation period. You have a couple of weeks walking around where you get used to the diet and they do all the baseline tests on you to measure your body. Then they put you in the bed. And the first couple of days, your body kind of rebels against that because, you know, you're used to exercising and walking. And I'm a jogger. It was really hard for me not to do my running routine. But yeah, I had a little backache, little headache, and most astronauts that go up into space, their first couple of days also they have what they call space adaptation sickness or space adaptation syndrome, and a lot of the same symptoms. But by about the end of the first week, I was perfectly happy. I had a special laptop on a spring above my head so that I could surf the internet and keep working, and you get used to it. I was perfectly happy. I was in bed for 54 days.
And what's the first thing you did when you were able to get up out of bed?
I went down to the nurse's lounge and bought a Coca-Cola because they didn't let us have caffeine while we're in the study. It interferes with some of the stuff that they read on our blood draws. So I was jonesing for a cola at that point. In
this particular study, what they're going to do is test for long-range space missions. So what do you do when you're in that bed, when you first get there and you start hour one of 77 days or so?
Well, I had brought a book with me. I watched television a lot. There was about 8 other people on the ward with me, and we watched movies together sometimes. We took meals together sometimes. We get a massage every other day, which is wonderful. That's one of the really great perks. You get constant foot rubs and stuff to prevent blood clots and things like that.
I have this vision that you all end up like the cartoon Wall-E.
Well, no, that's actually what these studies are trying to prevent. So if you've seen the movie Wall-E and you see the people who've lost all their bone and gained weight and all this stuff, that's what these studies are trying to stop. We want to put people in space for years at a time without that happening. So they're studying what happens to our muscle mass and our bone density on the ground and in space, comparing that data, and we're going to use it to keep astronauts more healthy in the future.
Heather, if someone wanted to take part in this, how do they do it?
Well, they would go to just bedreststudy.com, or you could just, if you Google bed rest study at this point, it'll put you right to a bunch of different NASA pages, and there's an application there that'll show you all the things that would weed people out, like chronic illnesses. Their general profile they look for someone is age 25 to 55, non-smoker, doesn't take any regular medications. And you
get to help NASA with a long-range study. Heather, thank you so much for the time.
No problem. Thank you.
She's the Pillownaut, Heather Archuleta. It's 11:54 at KRLD. We check your